welcome back. I want to briefly read you a few quotes from Osho. He's I want to be politically correct here. I want to say Indian, Middle Eastern guru that he was a guru. So he basically devoted his life to meditation and enlightenment. If you want to know more about Osho, go ahead and Google it or look it up, and you should find out more about Osho. These are some quotes that he wrote. So these aren't mine, these are his. I'm just quoting him. He says, "The fear of death is the fear of time, and the fear of time is deeply the fear of unlived moments, unlived life. So, what to do?" That's quote one. Quote two: "Die each moment so that you are renewed each moment." Okay, number three: "The moment love becomes attachment, ooh, love becomes a relationship. The moment love becomes demanding, it is a prison. It has destroyed your freedom. You cannot fly in the sky, you are encaged." So what I get from this quote is this one's really stood out to me because I've suffered from, or not suffered from, I've had attachment issues with, with people, with girls before. And not just girls, but people I look up to too. Like mentors and, it doesn't matter who they are. It's just the same thing. The moment, you know, it could be romantic love or it could be brotherly love. I don't think there's a definition of love here. The context is vague. But from my own experience, I'm an empath, so I'm able to love pretty much everyone, even though it's really, really hard to get reciprocation or it offends people. But, I'm getting off track. The moment love becomes attachment, it becomes a relationship. So what he's saying here, guys, this is very interesting, so listen up. Apparently, a relationship is attachment. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. When I first read this quote, I was like, that makes so much sense now. Because I learned the hard way, of course, as usual, that when a man and a woman are together, or a boy, doesn't matter, a guy and a girl, right? When they're in the dating stage or talking stages, usually it's the guy to get attached to the girl, to the woman. Usually. Now, if he plays his cards right, or if he, I don't want to say play his cards right, that sounds too pickup art. I'm saying if he makes the right choices, usually the woman just by default will really, really want him. But in today's society, usually how it works, unfortunately, is that the guy becomes attached to the girl, and then they elope, and then he becomes even more attached. So this makes sense to me because the second love becomes attachment, it becomes a relationship. And the moment it becomes demanding, it's prison. Because in a relationship, usually one or more parties are going to be demanding things from each other. Then it becomes a prison. What he's saying is, if you really love someone, you set them free. If you love someone, you detach from them. I am learning that, or I have learned that the hard way. And yeah, in the past, I've actually loved somebody really, really. Uh, I've loved. I don't know. It feels really weird saying, especially on camera, but I've loved a girl very, very much to where I just detached from her, and it hurt, but it was like I had to detach because I knew that, you know what, just like I hadn't even read this Osho quote yet. I didn't know this quote existed. And I just by default, my heart just automatically let her go. Like I just okay, be free, because she was doing, she wanted someone else. Okay, and so many. So, you know, what can I say here? The moment it becomes demanding, it's a prison. You cannot fly in the sky, you're encaged. That's what I kind of did. I was kind of like, I didn't say this to her directly, but it's happened in the past. I've had past experiences where in my head, I don't talk a lot, especially to girls, but in my head, I was just like, all right, be free. Like, I cannot attach to you. Bam. You know, this is good. This is good confirmation for me and for you guys as well. I'm learning too. So don't get attached to people. If you're a girl out there, don't get attached to a guy. If you're a guy out there, don't get attached to a girl. Come on. Especially if she's not, um, she's not reciprocating. She doesn't think you're worth our time. The next quote: when you learn to be silent, you will be at home anywhere you go. This one is my favorite quote. I like silence. I like to be silent. Even though I'm very outgoing and I can talk to people and be very friendly, because, but I prefer to be silent because that is my home. So maybe you guys can find your home in silence as well. Last one. The real question is not whether life exists after death. The real question is whether you are alive before death. Osho. Alright, so before you die, it's very important to ask if you have been alive the whole time. So many people, they just go through the motions out here. I call them zombies. Maybe I walk like a zombie sometimes, but I'm talking about there's no zest in their life. They're drained, they're going through the motions, giving their energy to the wrong people and the wrong things. But anyways, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. 358 on the clock. As always, take care. Please stay safe, and we're all connected in spirit. Please support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. Comment. Talk to me. I'll read it all. And I want to know, like, there's people out there who are like me, that I'm not alone here. And subscribe. I will try to keep posting when I'm able to.